Alrighty, hello everyone. We have a actually very exciting game on our hands today. It is Jake's Maids versus Russycats. If Jake's Maids manage to take the win, they do create a three-way tie for first place between Russycats, TSA, and Jake's Maids. I believe um, Jake's Maids would have the tiebreaker over TSA. Um, And I think in that situation, they would also have the tiebreaker over Russycats, which would be a pretty interesting way for things to line up, just with their two wins being against the two other top teams, which could be pretty interesting. And then on the other hand, we could have Russycats starting off the season 3-0, which would be pretty damn crazy as well. So I think we're in for a banger game either way. Jake's Maids has chosen blue side for the draft. I'm gonna go ahead, pull up the champion spotlights, just so we can kind of know what we're gonna be looking at for draft in this game. To no one's surprise, we do have Will's Twitch, Healy's Anivia, Jake's Leona, all like huge picks for those players. Definitely something you have to look out for. Same thing I said about the Russycat players last time. They're probably not going to play these champions, with the exception of Mimi with her Seraphine. All the players on the Russycats tend to just kind of do whatever they feel like doing at the time being, so you can never really know what's going to happen with their draft. In their first game, they chose a bunch of assassins, and their second game, they did some role swap action, which was pretty interesting. So I don't know. We might get a more traditional draft this game, but I honestly wouldn't be expecting that too much. I don't know. I think it will be interesting either way. Oh, LCS does not do that anymore. Cam. But I also feel like that would be outing important information on stream, so maybe we don't. But I don't know. I think if they leave up Twitch or Anivia, they're almost definitely going to get picked. I think they can get away with leaving up the other three champions on Jake's Maid's side here. I will say, I think the only champion AJ has played in scrims is the Shen. So it'd be interesting to see him go into something else. I don't know, just something to think about. I'm gonna pull up the key matchup. It is Healy versus Cam. They're both very strong mid laners. I think Cam has spent the majority of his time in the mid lane, whereas Healy has definitely played a lot of games in other areas around the map. So I think this will be a pretty interesting game. If you look at Cam's most played champions, you do have 4 assassins, and then Jace, who's pretty bursty and also works that assassin playstyle. Whereas if you go on to Healy's side, you have like 2 tanks, 2 like super heavy CC mages, Nivea as well, who I guess also falls in that category. So it's a very, I guess, like counteractive playstyle to what Cam's going for, because he does try to play a lot of these like flashy characters all the time. Um, so yeah, if Cam does go for any of these flashy champions, I think Healy has a very good chance of being able to just kind of shut him down, just based on the champion pool alone. Um, he has been playing more of that Malzahar recently, so it could show up pretty early on in draft. It would be interesting to see if that happens or not. I don't know. I think both of these mid laners are very impressive, so I think it'll be a very fun lane to watch. I think AJ and Russ is also going to be a really fun matchup in the top lane. Neither of them have played a bunch of scrims yet, and from what I can tell, they're about on the same level. But again, I haven't seen so much of them playing, so I'm not sure if that's like entirely accurate or not. Jungle is going to be really fun. I think these are the best two junglers in the league, and I don't think anyone will argue with me on that one. Silico is absolutely nuts, and Joey can kind of just roll games through jungle as well, so I think it will be fun to see these two face off, how that goes. I guess on that note, we'll pull up Silico's player highlight. Most played champions are all kind of menace champions, but it is what we like about Silico. We have the Echo, the Teemo, the Singe, the Shaco, and the Kled. Does have that positive win rate at 51.4% across 35 games with 25 unique champions played across them. A 3.38 KDA. A pretty solid stat line, I'm not gonna lie. The highlighted player on the other team is Jake, the support player. He has 34 games and a significantly higher win rate than Silico for what that's worth, with a 64.7%, but only with 14 champions played. I will say Silico has covered a lot more roles, so it's easier for him to get in those extra champions. But Jake does have some crazy records on his high play champions. Like the Leona is 6-0, I believe. Here, I can pull up stats. Yeah, his Bard is 5-1. The Thresh is 4-2 as well. So he has some pretty impressive stats, just across the board in general. So I'd expect to see a very strong support performance from him this game. Looks like the draft is starting in a minute and 20 seconds or so. Trying to figure out what I think is going to happen. I'd assume Russycats are probably going to look out to ban the Anivia and Twitch. They did pick up Zac last game, but that was off some of that role swapping stuff. So I don't know if they're going to try and go for that again, especially because they'd be leaving it up for first pick. So I'm not really sure what the angle would be there. Alright, looks like Russycats is readied up on draft, so I'm just going to head over there. Not the right draft. Or that. Here we go. The bans from the side of Jake's Maids are actually going to be pretty tough to figure out. They might want to ban out the Lulu because that's been helping them out before. The Viego also looks pretty scary, but they also do have the ability to just first pick that up. I know Joey's a big Viego player as well, so they really just kind of have their choice of champions to ban against the Russycats, but it's very hard to get a read on them and trying to figure out what they're going to do at any given time. So it'll be hard to, I guess, correctly allocate those bans, especially just because we don't know how their heads are at on any given day. Alright, draft should be starting any second now. Okay, we have a sub last minute. This is not something that is supposed to happen. But AJ is not playing, so I honestly have no clue what roles anyone is going in. The team was banned away from Silico, that's pretty standard. The Cho'Gath mid is taken away from Healy. I guess that could also be support, considering the roles are now all up in the air. The Sejuani is banned away from Russ, and I guess potentially also Silico, but Russ did play it last time. The Twitch one trick taken away from Will makes sense. This is pretty much what we expect to see. That Lulu does get banned away, like I was talking about. So I got one of them right. This final ban should be the Anivia, unless they're just egoing it and leaving it up. We'll say Cam does play champions that beat the Anivia, but he is gonna end up banning that away, so. Or Healy is all upset. The Lux first pick comes down. There's actually huge flex potential. Either Jake or Healy could play it. Healy can play it in multiple lanes as well. The Vex does get locked in immediately. I'd assume it's to counter it. And the Tristana gets picked blind. We haven't seen a lot of Trist in the meta recently. But she is a very strong character. I don't know if Dave has been playing a lot of Trist recently. That's something that I could probably check. Ooh, is this a Zeri pickup for Jake's Maids? It is. It did get left up for the Russycats to take, but they opted out of it, which is actually pretty interesting. Because Dave has been known to be a bit of a Zeri menace. Checking match just real quick. If he's played it recently, I don't know about it. It could just be comfort, because I know he's played it before, but interesting that they give up the Zeri and then Will snatches it up away from them. I think that's pretty exciting. Okay, so they're going for the Trist Yumi bot lane. That's a pretty damn good bot lane. Joey is able to lock down the Zac. I think it could have been more interesting if he went for the Viego pick, just because I want to say both Silico and him have played it this season, so it could be interesting to kind of see that play out long term. But I don't know. The Mundo is banned away. It's interesting because I feel like I normally think of that as more of a Rust champion. So it's interesting to see him banning it out, especially when he's going to have to blind anyway. Could be that he wants to blind pick something that hard loses into Mundo. First thing that comes to mind when I say that is Urgot. But I don't know if that's necessarily what he's going for. I think it also beats Scion, which could be what he's going for. Jake's Leona does get banned away, that makes sense. Huge champion for him. The Camille and Kane are banned away against the Russycats. I don't know if Silico is a huge Kane player, but I know in this server the Kane-Zac matchup does get talked about a lot, so I think it's nice to just kind of get that off the table. They do ban away Russ's Camille. Checking match histories. Will has been playing a bunch of Zeri recently. Heimerdinger gets locked in. This is one of the few remaining champions that has not been played. I wonder if that was the strat the whole time. That does leave just Aurelion Soul and a Lowy left on the table in that category, which is pretty fun. Jake is hovering the Thresh. Probably, yeah, it does get locked in. That's pretty fun to see. So that means that the Lux is likely mid, and they're probably gonna have to blind pick their top laner here, or presumably Drago. I don't know what we're gonna see from him, but it should be pretty exciting. I don't know what's jungling. It could be holding that last pick up for Silico and just have the Heimer go top lane. The set is picked up blind. Jake's Maids does have a pretty diverse team comp, but it does have a lot of tankiness into it. So they might need to itemize some damage into the Zac inset if they want to have enough to combat the Yumi's healing. They do have a metric ton of CC available, so if Mimi isn't careful with how she positions, she's going to be in big trouble. I have no clue what's jungling. I genuinely do not know, but it is the 4 Yordles plus Yumi composition, with the Gnar getting locked in last in the top lane. Yumi is a cat.
How do you feel about the draft?
Okay. He left before I could answer. To answer Dave's question, I think the draft is fun. I just want to know who the jungler is. I am more confused than anything. I really like what Jake's Maids did with their draft. I think it makes a lot of sense, and I was definitely correct about the Russycats playing something way out of left field. It's worked out for them in both of their other games, so no. We will see how it goes. Feel like there's a possibility that both teams are choosing to banter in general chat instead of make a lobby, but that is what it is. My assumption seems to be correct. Yeah, so I don't know if it's Vex jungle or Heimer jungle. I don't know if one is like good, because I haven't heard of either being played. I guess Trist or Gnar jungle is also a possibility. I'm really just entirely confused. I don't know. Gnar has a 44% win rate jungle. Heimer has a 43% win rate jungle. Vex has a 27% win rate jungle. Sana has a 37% win rate jungle. I don't even think we want to know Yumi's jungle win rate, but it's 13.2%. So it looks like if they go with the Heimer option, that's probably their best bet, or Gnar. So I'd expect the Vex to definitely be mid and Triss to be bot lane with the Yumi. Which, you know, I'm a fan of. I think Triss Yumi is a very good lane. Hopefully for Jake's mate side, they'll be able to punish it sufficiently. I think if Will goes for the exhaust here, I think it should be a pretty fine lane for him to just kind of chill out and survive in the way he will want to into the Trist. I'm pretty sure Zeri Trist is a overall even matchup, but you know, you will see how it goes. I think the supports will play a huge role in how it goes, and I think that Thresh counter pick into the Yumi is actually super huge here. I don't know. The Yumi does have very good targets to just kind of attach to and run around later on in the game with the Vex and the Trist. I don't know. I'm confused if they're trying to go for a front line or trying to not go for a front line and just try and burst people down. If they get Snowbally, especially with the Heimer, they have like huge siege potential. Heimer Trist will just destroy turrets across the entire game, but that's only if they're able to defend their pushes properly, which if they don't get that early lead, I think it might be hard to. Just because Zeri, Lux, and Zac kind of all scale like crazy. So, I don't know. Should be an interesting game. The set Gnar counterpick is not like super good for Gnar. As someone who plays both sides are very winnable. It pretty much just comes down to player skill in my experience. It would be funny if they had picked Alawi, because then they could have covered two of the unpicked champions. I think Alawi just kind of stomps on set, but I think that might be asking a little much. Heimerdinger, however, does have a really good matchup into set, so maybe that's the angle that's happening. I think that could be pretty interesting. Right now, what it looks like is happening in the draft is that Russ is playing Gnar top, Silico's playing Vex jungle, which does have that 27% win rate. One of the worst junglers that was there. Maybe it was the 34%, I'm not sure. Cam is hovering the Trist mid. Looks like they might have a Heimer Yuumi bot lane. Not what I was expecting. I think their best case might be going for the Heimer set top lane and then putting Gnar in the jungle, but they're choosing to just go completely out of left field. I feel like Zeri is just going to make short work of Heimerdinger as soon as she gets ultimate, though, because she can just shoot through his turrets and completely just destroy everything. It's also very easy for her to keep her passive up because she can just auto those turrets for free out of range. I don't know. Maybe there's some hidden sauce that I don't know about. I do know Heimerdinger is a pretty good bot lane champion in certain situations. I don't know if Zeri Thresh is one of those. The turrets are pretty good at dealing with Thresh hooks, but I don't know if that's enough to like kind of salvage it, you know? Lux Trist is a good matchup for Trist. I'll say that much. So maybe that was the angle the whole time. I'm genuinely just pretty confused at what they were going for here. Could have been interesting if they did the Lucian mid again. I know that one is pretty good into Lux because he does just have the dash to dodge the root, but I really don't think it would be a Russycats game if they played something super similar to what they've done in previous games. They tend to like to do some innovating with a focus on, innovation that excites. So, it'll be a pretty fun game to watch. While we're waiting to load in, I'm gonna look over some stats of the players that are in the game. See how they've done on their champions before. Their roles are locked in. This is obviously Dave's first time playing the Heimerdinger because no one has played it. Period. Cam, I believe might have. No, Cam has not played the Trist either. So we got no info over there. Silico on Vex, also first time. This is almost definitely Russ's first time playing Gnar in scrims. But I think Mimi has played the Yuumi before. Yeah, she is undefeated. We got the 7-0 KDA, 2 games, 0 losses, 100% win rate. But yeah, she's the only person on that team to have played their champion before. Now Joey's Zac stats, those are pretty nice. He's got the 3.82 KD across it. He does only have a 50% win rate, but there's a lot of Zac blind picking going on in this game, so it's not super surprising that he doesn't have like a crazy win rate, but that stat line is very impressive. Healy's Lux, he is also undefeated on it. Bit of a disgusting KD. He does have the 10.75 ratio on it mid. He hasn't played it bot before, but his average KD when he gets it mid is 10, 2, and 11.5, which is kind of really disgusting. I'm not gonna lie. We'll see if he can perform like that again. Drago has played set one time before. He went 7-5-1, win that game. And then we were saying earlier that Jake is 4-2 on the Thresh. This is Will's first time playing Zeri, I believe. We are loading into the game right now. It should show up shortly. Alright, looks like in chat we have one person rooting for each team. If we look at the mastery levels on the side of Russycats support the amount of times they've been played in scrims, and the same can be said for the other team as well. So we can't really learn much from those that we didn't learn before. Will did end up not taking exhaust, and Healy did, which I think makes sense if we assume that Healy is playing into the Trist, because the exhaust was meant to be really good against that Tristana anyway. The Ignite is taken from set into the Gnar. That does mean that Jake's Mates has no teleports on their side, which is pretty interesting. They're definitely looking to try and get that early gold lead and not have to rely like too much on macro, which, you know, if it works, it works. So I'm not saying anything. But the TP advantage will definitely come in very important later on. But it will give the bot lane and Drago in the top lane a good advantage in terms of early combat power. Healy threw an E into the bush just to try and scout something out. They didn't find them. They are 5 stacking in a bush trying to catch an invade. So considering Jake's Mains is not invading, I don't think that really does much for them. We're getting some master emotes coming out and a lot of taunting. It's a very loud bush on the rift. Healy's walking up for more vision, still is not finding what he's looking for. I think he might have walked up close enough to see them, but I'm not entirely sure if that's the case or not. Either way, he does get this really useful ward onto the blue buff. If he is able to steal it, that would be really impressive. It would also probably just kind of neuter Vex jungle, because I don't know how good it is, and if it loses that first buff, I think that would be very bad for it. Cam probably notices he's not in lane here, but that smite isn't coming out. Yeah, unfortunately, Healy's not able to steal that away. He loses a bunch of XP from mid-wave. That could set Cam up for a very nice all-in attempt early on. Exhaust comes down right away. This is before Cam even hits level 2. That hop plus explosive charge is going to be not very fun for Healy to deal with. The hook does go wide, and Jake is stunned, so he has to burn the flash to get out, but that's just a very simple summoning spell commit there. Ooh, Jake is caught by another stun. He seems to be doing fine in terms of HP. The Yuumi lane is always going to have more sustain just because of the nature of the champion. That's Healy's flash burned out just by the explosive charge getting placed on him. I appreciate that he was trying to go for something fun with the blue buff steal, but I think it ultimately cost him both of his thumbs in the lane, assuming he wouldn't have had to blow them if he didn't do it. That's a flash all-in from Trist, and that's just, yeah, that's an easy first blood. He had both his thumbs up, and Healy had already burned both of his. So really well played by Cam there. Alright. Joey just finished his first full clear on Zac, but there is a gank happening topside. I don't think he's going to be able to get there in time. Drago almost gets the kill, but Russ has to flash away. Yeah, and I don't think Joey's able to get there in time. A good play by Silico there. They got both the sums off the set in exchange for only the flash burn. Oh, good hook by Jake. CC comes down. That might just be a dead Heimer. Yeah. No, Zeri just can't shoot through it, so he's not able to get the kill there. I don't know, maybe that's the weakness of Zeri and Heimer, is just the early game. Inability to kind of close off on kills. The creep block. Not sure, I'll have to ask more after the game. There are a bunch of missing things coming down. I think Will and Jake might get collapsed on here. The fear comes down, they're able to get the scuttle crab away. The lantern comes down, but they might just both be, or actually I think they both just get out. The mobility of the Zeri is pretty powerful. Trist is hunting for it and able to get that kill. A good heads up from by Cam there. Healy's gonna try and harass him on his way back to lane, but that kill just gives so much value over to him. Russ could potentially set up a freeze here, but he is choosing not to. He might be looking for an all-in with the Mega Gnar because his rage is pretty high, but we will see if that happens or not. He's transforming, but it doesn't look like he's just going to go for an all-in. There's on the way pings coming out, and Cam is rotating up towards top side. There could be a play coming here. DC does come down. The Gnar ulti just comes out. It doesn't get the stun off, but that should be enough to just secure the kill. Healy's holding the wave mid, but he just has nothing to gain from doing that, unfortunately. They're doing a really good job of punishing the top lane matchup. Looks like we've also got a bit of a mental differential going on as well, so that's always good to see from the side of Russycats. This Zac play could be huge though. Yeah, Joey just eliminates the Gnar off the map. Really good gank by him. He is outpacing the Vex's clear significantly. The Vex is making another play on bot side. The Flay from Thresh is good, but it's not enough to save him. It might be enough to save the Zeri, but the Vex just lights him up. And with Trist already starting the dragon, that should be the first dragon secured over to the side of Russycats. Yeah, Healy's aggressive jungle shenanigans early in the game are really biting in the ass because he had to blow both the sums early, and now he's just lost complete control over that Tristana. The set ult comes out early, it puts him into tower range. This is a tilt play for sure. I don't know what he thought he was going to get out of that, but he throws himself directly into tower range and just dies. Joey is going to pick up another kill under the Gnar. Barely even has to press any buttons there. But yeah, maybe Drago just thought Joey was going to get there earlier, but not what we want to see. Let's hope it's not big of a mental differential. Healy's doing a good job of farming up. It's just he has nowhere near the map pressure that Cam has. Cam's been basically out of lane for like half the game, and he's about to go kill Set again. He does have that flash up, and Cam's actually pretty low, so I don't know if they go and 100% make a play or not. It'll be interesting to see how it goes. The flash could come in big. That stun is pretty good. He's taking up all that damage. He flashes onto Cam pretty early, so he's not actually able to get the kill. Yeah, he just isn't getting any damage outputted. He's trying to stall to get that shield back up, but that's just not going to happen. Okay, the Vex ulti comes down, flashes in, gets all the CC. That is a huge E ulti from Joey. They do get 2 kills onto Will. It's unfortunately not going to get all 3 over to him, but it was a very good play from Joey there. The plates top side going to Russ are not great. I haven't been keeping up with LCS super well, but I believe Summit had a game where he did something like this, where he just got super fed on the Gnar and just destroyed all the towers. So I don't know, maybe we'll see something like that from Russ, but Joey is definitely doing a very good job of showing us why not to let him get that champion. But Cam is also putting on a stellar performance on the Trist. He's just put so much pressure everywhere on the map. He hasn't made too many plays bot, and I think that could be interesting. Then Set ult comes out again. This time he doesn't go into tower range. I'm not sure he gets this kill though, and now Gnar should just be able to run him down with the extra movement he has. Oh, but Gnar walks up too far in the wave and has to flash out to get away. Ignite comes down, but I don't think it's enough. Healy has to bomb on him and he's just dead. He tried to shield himself with the Ignite. That's a pretty good gank by Silico. Yeah, Russ barely survives top lane. And Set takes plates like fucking crazy. Yeah, Set just gets that kill. Yeah, if he had known Vex was coming, it's possible he could have just given the kill over to Gnar, but they did split that gold and gave some gold to the jungler. The Triforce is already purchased by Zeri, which is a pretty big power spike. But she is missing the boots to dodge the Heimer skill shots though, which does make it hard to fight, especially because the movement speed on her ultimate is stacking, so it's better to have more of it. Good E from Joey there. This is not enough to get them a kill though, especially with Silico showing up. Zach just does not have the hop available fast enough. There's definitely a play that could be made here though. If Jake can hit a hook, it's huge. They both went for the Trist, who's the only one who could get out there. Because all Silico can do is just go in on the ability he already set up. It's possible Joey will be able to cut him off before he can fully escape, but this might just be an execute. Yeah. Good job by Silico to avoid giving any gold over there. I think Silico also managed to get Healy to ult at him, which is exactly what you want to see. You get absolutely no gold over to them if you get an ultimate away. Oh, Bull got hit by a huge stun. He's just able to walk it off. He is pretty far ahead. Dre's going for a fight here. He should just be able to get this. Yeah, the ulti plus the lethal tempo is just too strong. Cam goes in here, but that was a bait and a half. Oh, Joey didn't see the control word in the bush, so he didn't get the auto off for the Q stun, but Healy's able to pick up a kill. Drago is hitting him with the VM. Mental is back in check. This is exactly what we like to see. The Hullbreaker has been purchased by the Gnar, and it looks like it's probably going to get picked up by Set as well. Definitely an item. It is not as strong on Gnar in ranged form, but it is pretty good on Mega Gnar. So just makes it even more important for Russ to be able to properly manage his rage. The good hook, and the Vex ulti does miss. Looks like they're choosing to disengage because they know the Vex is there. I don't know if Will's going to be able to get away from this. Yeah, he does get caught with the fear, and he just gets locked down. That was a really good job by Russycats to just prevent him out. This is going to be first tower going over to the Gnar. I thought maybe Joey's going to look for a play on him, but he decides not to and just farm. He will be there to support. That's half of Cam's health gone, but he will be up there to support Drago if needed. That said, I do think Drago can still just solo kill the Gnar, so I don't know how necessary that is. Healy's really fishing for one more route because he knows he can just get the damage off. Oh my god, Zach interrupts the Gnar hop. Predicts some sort of movement that just did not happen, but this is a pretty easy pickup for them on the top side. Healy looks to have gotten a bit too greedy, so I'm going to try and go back and watch that. Yeah, so as I was saying earlier, he was going up to try and fish out a kill. Didn't see that Silico was there. Oh, yeah, he just overextended a bit too much. Cam actually does not get the red buff right away, but he'll get to pick it up for free later, so what it is. Healy's been getting punished a lot this game for going for stuff in the jungle that he has no right to. Drago should be getting this top tower, and I feel like he can probably just kill Silico too. He gets the stun off, the ulti, the ignite should get dropped down as well. Oh, that flash was nice. Really good play. Will and Dave are just fighting it out in the bot lane. Drago is running up. He gets another interrupt on the Gnar hop. I don't know if he wins these just because of the health bar and the fact that he doesn't have ultimate up. He also doesn't have that ignite. He goes for it, but it's not enough. Russ does have that flash. Jake just absolutely tosses a hook into a turret. The Triss is going to be here to finish off this top kill. If Drago can play around vision accurately, there could be a play made here. He's going to try and play around their range and maybe kill the Gnar, but no, the CC is just too much. The next drag's coming up in about minute 30. Both drags, or I guess both teams have one drag. The Infernal is obviously way better for the side of Russycats just because of the way their comp is oriented, but we'll see if they're able to get them. Oh, Joey showing absolutely no remorse in all chat. That stun's really good from Jake. The Zonia is helping them out a lot, but yeah, the Yumi healing just keeps them alive for so long. The Zonius is a really good tool to just stall out that Zeri ultimate. Silica's going to be fishing for an ultimate here. If he's able to hit anything, I think he just 100% kills them both. Stepping out a control ward, Will is just looking to flashy and get out. I think he had realized he's going to just need to burn those two anyway, so might as well get some damage and minions down before he has to. Good route. Healy down to Cam. He takes out about 70% of his health bar with one combo. That is what the Lux is good for. Drago is going for another fight up top. I do think he wins these. Oh, that's a huge stun from Joey. Oh no, he hit the turret instead of Heimer. That sucks. Oh, Jake is just walking right into Silico here. He's able to survive because he's pretty tanky, but not something you really want to be doing. I'm not sure if they have vision of Cam being down there. It's very helpful for them if they do. Dre is doing a good job of stealing away enemy farm wherever he can. And then Healy is pressuring the mid turret, so if they just keep posturing around like this, Jake's Mates is getting a slow advantage. Yeah, Healy is able to just pick up the mid turret here, so ultimately that's a lot of time spent looking for a dragon that just did not really convert into anything. Joey's able to get the knock up down onto the Heimer, but oh, and that sets up a kill for Will. Will's going crazy. He has 2 kills. He has ulted into Silico to give him a triple kill. Oh, this could be a penta. Oh, it's stolen by Drago. No love for the Zeri. Will seems to lost all interest in Cam. Straight up going for the drag after that one. Drago just wants to get revenge for all these top rooms. That's a really good buffer by Cam out of the pull. That was a very, very good fight for the side of Jake's Mates, though. I think this is kind of the breaking point I was talking about before the game started, where if Russycats isn't able to really just hold a lead down for them. I'm surprised Jake didn't throw out a hook there, because he should have just been able to catch it. He might not have realized who was coming. Healy is finally able to steal away a buff from the Russycats jump. Silica's looking to punish him for it, but I don't think he's able to. Will does the fun Zeri wall jump buffer. Game has slowed down a decent amount. No team is really looking for Baron. Looks like Cam and Healy are both kind of hovering up in that direction, potentially looking to get vision down on it, but Healy's able to secure the Scuttle Crab, which is very nice, and that control word should help. The hook does get missed. They're not really able to punish the Thresh. Drago is 1v2ing top. He flash ults, but the Triss is able to just hop out. He's not going to get much there, but he might be able to get away. Cam is taking a lot of damage from burn and minions. The stopwatch coming down from Jake is really good there. This Zeri ultimate could be huge. going to pop it, but they might just be looking for a disengage instead. Healy's come up top to help out. He doesn't want to get too close to stop the Hullbreaker, obviously. He sends a Hail Mary ultimate, not hit either of them, but able to bail out Draco, which is good for them. Will is playing up very far into these turrets. Whenever Dave is hitting these skill shots, he just gets punished for it so much. These turrets are just taking away so much of his health. Will is sitting on the Runans now as well. Like 3 people on the side of Jake's Maids that have those 2 item spikes. It's just the Tristana on the side of Russycats. It's a 4v3 bottom lane, which could go pretty poorly for them. They're trying to walk it out. Jake is almost definitely caught here. They just need to let him die for this one, I think. Yeah. And that gives resets to multiple people on the side of Russycats, but they're not able to punish on it. So that's probably the best that could have gone, considering Jake was caught out there for the side of... I'm interested to see if Joey's going to try and do a counterplay on the other side of the map, but he might just let Drago just gun down the tower. Cam is also dealing a bunch of damage to the tower, and Will, who is standing right next to it. This might be another solo kill for Drago, but he needs to play it really safe with Russ about to go Mega. Decides to back off, but that gold is side lane towers. Yeah, Cam's just going to pop the tower and go for Healy, but Healy's able to keep himself alive. Joey should be able to get out here. Yeah, he's got the couple blast guns from Infernal Rift, and the Lantern comes down to help him as well. Oh, Healy misses the binding. He's just dead for that. It was a good try. Russycats has now decided to send the Heimer and Yumi to match the set, which makes a decent amount of sense. I think Set will be able to knock him down much faster. The nice combo they have there with the Zac and the Thresh, Zac's able to just kind of hop into Scout and just immediately get bailed out with the Lantern. Drago's looking for a potential 1v3 here. I don't know if he goes for this. That is a decent amount of damage, but he almost just immediately dies for it. He's able to survive. This Zac, he could be huge. Zeri ultimate should come down just out of range. Oh, the Zac flash gets him close to Silico, but not close enough. This could be what we were looking for earlier, but no. Cam is out and bring this Zeri is just absolutely lethal in team fights. They don't have like much CC to lock him down without the Mega Gnar in position correctly. Drago is deep behind enemy lines. I think he's gonna let Jake die, and then yeah, he seems to think that Set is able to lock down Tristana, but no. Oh yeah, he just doesn't understand that Tristana can buffer, and that's like how the entire champion works. Unfortunate. Will is kind of 1v2ing down here. Silico is pretty far behind in experience and farm. I think the weakness of the Vex jungle pick is definitely showing up. He's definitely capable of piloting the champion, it's just might be better suited for a different role, that champion. Will is potentially getting caught out here, but he does have a very big wall to hop out through, so he's just fine. There are Baron pings coming down. There's an Infernal Drake ping as well. The Soul Point is there for the side of Jake's Maids. Drago's taking a bunch of damage here. He's been holding the ulti. Yeah, that is enough to get, I think, both of them. I think the only person that can really deal with him at this point is the Trist, who he's gonna have to fight real soon, but or not. And Jake is gonna be here in time to just bail him out with the Lantern. Not needed. That is becoming a bit of a problem for them. Oh, Russ flashes into the wall. You hate to see it. And that's another kill gifted over to Healy. Lux is 3 items. Potential one-shot territory for some of the squishier members. Yuumi for sure can get one shot, but timer is up in the air. They now have 3 people trying to match the set. It might work. But since they did draw the attention down there, this should just be a completely free Baron. I don't even think they have any vision or knowledge of it. Yeah, there haven't even been any red pings on the Baron. Oh, that flash. Oh my god, that auto was ridiculous. He is essentially 1v5ing there, and he's still able to get kill under tower with only having to burn flash and R. That was really impressive. They have angered the set player. They should be able to just pick up the dragon here to get Infernal Soul. Once they get that, it's kind of doomed for the Russycats just because of how squishy they are. It doesn't matter if Yuumi can heal you up if you just get burst down that quickly. It's crazy good on the Lux too. Will's able to get out to safety. Drago should just be able to get them. Yeah, they were not able to clear out that control ward. Cam's able to get away from the fight, but Zeri's just powering up like crazy. That was a really good dodge by Russ for the Lux binding, but this should just be an ace, I think. Cam's been able to pretty successfully live every team fight, which is good to see. Drago has ended up right on top of him, and he still can't lock him down because it's a very mobile Tristana. His only mobility is blast guns. The Infernal Soul is picked up for the side of Jake's Maids. Oh, that binding hit. That would have been Cam's second death of the game. Luckily for him, he is able to dodge it. Don't think the Baron is gonna last much longer for them. Yeah, it's about to run out. Next one's up in 3 minutes. Oh, that's a bunch of damage. Okay. Healy does get the one shot down onto Vex. Cam wasn't quite able to kill the Zac there. Was he able to? Yeah, he didn't even get passive. Hate to see it. All right, Jake is going for something potentially. I honestly think Drago could probably fight Russ and Silica if you just decide to go top and try and push for an end or something, but I don't know. They're just playing this super slow. I mean, that's completely fine for them because they have Infernal Soul and their team just outscales anyway. But I don't know. This is definitely one of the slower games we've had. Oh, the hook narrowly misses. Drago is going for the flank. He's able to lock down Silico and just dunk him right into Cam. Cam ults him away, but that W just does so much damage. The Ignite gets him. This should just be game if they're able to finish this fight. The Nar's on the flank, but his rage is going to be gone before he can even ult. He hates to see it. That's a really good flash, but Nar is able to just counter flash. Oh, the hook just locks down Russ. He's just done for. It'd be interesting to see if they're able to get Drago here, but the Zeri should just be enough to win the game for him. And Healy's doing so much damage, and he's still at full health. Yeah, this is just GG's. Yeah, they end the game before Silica is able to kill anyone. Well fought by both teams.